What video game are the boys playing at the beginning of this episode of Malcolm in the Middle? Let's see if we can figure it out. Bro, I searched this into ChatGPT and got the answer in 2 seconds. Hey, congratulations, but I like figuring these out on my own and not letting AI give me all the answers. The fun of these videos is the investigation to figure it out, you loser. So for those of you that still appreciate a little whimsy in life, I began by searching for arcade games in the late 90s, specifically third-person shooter arcade games. This season of Malcolm in the Middle aired in January of 2000, so this third-person shooter probably released sometime around 97 to 99. If you look closely, you can see that the arcade cabinet's main colors are green with some yellow and black caution tape design, so I simply began by looking for 1999 third-person shooter arcade cabinets. Eventually, I watched this video by Laird the Slayer called The 20 Greatest Arcade Games of 1999, and about 7 minutes into the video, I found this. He shows an image of a game called War Final Assault, and the arcade cabinet seemed to match up pretty perfectly with the green and caution tape look, and then the gameplay that he showed didn't perfectly match up with what we see Malcolm playing, but you can choose from 4 different playable characters in this game. Each have multiple different unlockable skins, and Malcolm was playing as Hawk, and he's playing this section right here during the first boss fight of War Final Assault. War Final Assault was from Atari and Midway Games, and it featured third and first person perspectives, which was pretty rare in 1999, and it featured a single player campaign but a multiplayer campaign as well that worked by linking multiple arcade cabinets next to each other. Now, you asked me what game Malcolm was playing in this episode, but there's a few other games that showed up as they run through this frame. I'm going to slow it down for you, and I bet even if you immediately recognized War Final Assault, you definitely cannot tell me these games. The first 2 that showed up here and here are the same game. I could obviously tell it was a racing game, but I definitely had to do some detective work here to figure out which racing game. After some grade A sleuthing, I found this. This is San Francisco Rush 2049. The back of the racing seat perfectly matches, and you can see the yellow Fast Times text that matches too. And finally, this little glimpse that you see this guy playing in the background is Konami's fishing game Fisherman's Bait. So not only the answer to your question, but a little extra credit if you thought the first one was too easy. What are some other video games that show up in scenes from movies and TV shows? Let me know in the comments, and I'll figure it out for you.